Bienvenue and welcome to Le Français avec KJ. I'm KJ, your teacher and host, and today we'll be talking about the past tenses in French. We're going to continue to discuss them because we need to learn more about how to express the past using the imperfect. If you remember, last episode we talked about how to form the imperfect, and we examined a few of the rules for when to use it. Basically, anything that isn't in the Passé Composé is going to be in the imperfect tense in French. But let's continue this by exploring something called the box. This is how I generally teach the imperfect and the use of the Passé Composé in my classes. So today we're going to imagine that there is a box and that the box represents the framing of a movie. So everything that is happening inside the box when we get there is in the imperfect. It's going to be the background information that we're going to use to tell this story. So il faisait beau, it was a beautiful day. Le soleil brillait, the sun was shining. Il y avait une rue bordée par de la pelouse et des arbres. There was a street that was lined with some lawn or grass and some trees. Abdo se promenait. So at the time when we're looking in this box, he was walking. He was going for a walk. Il y avait une bicyclette. There was a bicycle, just kind of sitting there. Une fille est arrivée. Notice the conjugation of the Passé Composé here because the girl arrived, and that was the action that was completed while everything else was going on in the box. Elle voulait faire un tour à bicyclette. This voulait in the imperfect is because we do not know when she started wanting to go for a bike ride. And if this action or this thought is continuing throughout her time inside the box. Elle a pris la bicyclette is in the Passé Composé because that is an action that she took inside the box. At the time of this story, it is a completed action. So let's continue exploring this. Un policier est arrivé. A policeman arrived. Il a dit, he said, décrivez la fille. He said to describe the girl. Now in her description, notice that all the verbs will be in the imperfect tense. Elle était jeune, elle était sportive, elle était grande, elle portait un débardeur de sport avec un short bleu clair et des tennis violets. All of those are in the imperfect because it's describing her physical state and her description. Et la bicyclette, again, description. Elle était rose avec des pneus rouges. La selle et la guidon étaient noirs. Okay, so we have a full description of the bike, the handlebars, the wheels, etc., its color. All of that is in the imperfect. There are two ways to learn the rules for the use of the imperfect tense in French. I'm going to teach you first the fastest way. That is to learn the rules for the Passé Composé, of which there are only three. Any action completed in the past, any action that interrupts another ongoing action or situation, or a simultaneous action or condition that is caused by and occurs at the same time as another action or condition. These are the three rules for the Passé Composé. Anything else by the process of elimination is in the imperfect. But there's another way to learn this. You could simply learn the rules of the use of the imperfect, which is to describe any background information, physical and mental states, except for deciding which is an action that one can complete. Ongoing actions, the action that would be interrupted, okay? Habitual action, anything that you used to do repeatedly over and over again would be in the imperfect. Also, the weather and time. So, why do I say rewind? The best Choose the best way to learn this material that fits your learning style. Now, you may want to learn the rules for the imperfect because you're a stickler for knowing exactly when. And by the way, knowing that the weather and time are usually expressed in the imperfect in the past tense is a critical piece. But you may also want to know that you could just learn the rules of the Passé Composé, and everything else by default is the imperfect. But then, after that, you need to be prepared to practice. So I'm going to say a bientôt for now. Choose your mode, rewind, and watch this video as many times as you would like, and I will try to include some activities later in the description with this video. A bientôt.